the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get away with this. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? We're
Fuck
back again.
Do it live!
Kind of. Doing it live. Doing it live.
We're back again.
Back again. Day after day after day. It never ends. Please give the stream a like for those of you who got here early.
It's forever. Here, now, forever.
Yes. So we're gonna get to a few things. Also later tonight we're doing our Patreon private show, Actual Mania 29. It's gonna be lots of fun. It's one of our most popular forms of Patreon content that we produce.
It's fun. You guys get involved by voting on all this stuff. If you haven't done it before, $5 patrons and above get to be in on the fun.
Yeah, we're doing that later. We're gonna do a little bit of a stream here though. Here's the thumbnail I made for tonight's event.
Stand up.
So it's the main event is Jesse Lee Peterson, the reigning champion Jesse Lee Peterson versus Hannibal the Beat Animal, who won the right to compete against Jesse Lee Peterson. He's the underdog. And the way this is going to work is, for those of you who aren't familiar, is we're going to play a video from each one of these guys. And then a poll is going to go up that everyone watching is get to vote on. And that's how the winner goes. The undercard is Cringerweight champion Egghead defending his title against King Cobra JFS.
Yeah, the heavyweight championship is going to be big, but that Cringerweight championship is no sloucher.
Yeah, we're also going to have the first ever super heavyweight match, Foodie Beauty versus Amelia Fart.
Amelia Fart. I don't know if it was the first ever. Didn't we do Foodie Beauty versus Shanny for Christ?
Oh, this is the second one. I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
We're kind of running the super heavyweight card between those chonkin' lovers.
Curvy ladies. Then we're going to have a Who's Got the Moves match. Buff Carell versus Dan Poet Man.
Dan the Poet Man.
Yes.
He's something special.
He is.
And so is Buff Carell. There's gonna be a little bit of rhythm and a whole lot of blues. Black and blues.
And also tonight we're going to have a battle royal for the new belt known as the Cozy TV title, where a bunch of streamers from the site, the incel site known as Cozy TV, will compete against each other for the new. This is more cringy than the Cringerweight title.
It's something special.
It is like the mega cringe title.
It's all right.
You know what's kind of weird that Nick decided to name his website Cozy TV. There's actually a broadcast network called Cozy TV, but it's spelled with an I. COZI TV. Like, you know, like if you use an antenna, you can pick it up. It's one of the like decimal channels. You know how now there's like 0.1, you know, like channel 3.1, channel 3.2, channel 3.3, and there's like multiple channels that are like go off the major stations. That happened when digital came around. When it used to be analog, there was only one channel 3 and only one channel 5 or whatever in your local area. But now the local affiliates get multiple channels on one frequency.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there's already a Cozy TV taken, we should hit up Nick and suggest he changes the title.
We should start Cozy TV, so like COZEE TV.
See, I was thinking,
and we'll spell TV with E's.
I was thinking since there's already a Cozy TV and Nick's got Cozy TV, we should tell him like to brand change a little bit. He's a nationalist, so why doesn't he just change to like national, like Nazi TV? I think that would make a little more sense.
NOT space the letter Z TV.
That could work. That could work.
Yes.
This all could work. Channel 14, broadcast 88 cable.
Yeah, I'd like a poll from the people in the regular chat. Let's see.
The regulars, not our delicious fans.
This is just this isn't the official vote, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this is a funsy vote. This is for those
Let's
at home
see.
that can't afford chicken nuggets, let alone a Patreon. But if you can afford chicken nuggets, you can't afford a Patreon.
Yes, it would mean a lot to us if you can sign up for
$5 and above.
I'd like you guys to vote on this, and now we're going to check out the first thing, which is the most disturbing news I've heard all day. Billy the Fridge is a wanted terrorist.
What?
Billy the Fridge is an international war criminal.
That's not true.
Oh, really? Let's check this out, and maybe you can explain this then, because I'm being told that you're an international criminal known as the Pig of Kyiv.
Pig of Kyiv?
Yeah, the Pig of Kyivs. You're wanted for sabotage and providing intel directly to the Kremlin. So you're a Russian spy. And there's a reward for your capture, which I'm going to find out how much it is in just a second here. Just wait while I load my gun really quick.
No. This is not me.
He may be disguised as a woman.
Did you see the other post? There's two of them, right? The other one this is the second one. This one, stand with Ukraine. Guys, I'm not even in undercover or anything. I was here all week. I've been doing Drunken Peasants all week. There's no way I'm the Pig of Kyiv.
You're the Pig of Kyiv.
No, like these are pictures of me.
Billy the Kid. And look at all. This is how I know this is real. Most of these comments.
Looks like we
You're
caught
the
him.
best. Thank you so much for sharing this with me.
Last I heard, she was living in Oinkville. That's just mean.
Wow.
That's just mean.
A lot of these are bots, though. Look, and most of these likes are bots.
I would think.
Yes.
Absolutely top post of today. That's incredible. Oh my God. Wait, is that Billy the Fridge? Thank you, Jupiter Senpai. You know it's me. I'm not the Pig of Kyiv.
You're the Pig of Kyiv.
How do you pronounce it? Kyiv?
Yeah, remember last night we learned that Kyiv is the way the Ukrainians say it, and Kiev is the way that Russians say it.
Well, then I'm the Pig of Kiev.
Whoa. Confirmed fucking spy.
I like the
Confirmed
enunciation
Russian
Kiev
spy.
better.
Hashtag deport Billy the
prefer
Fridge.
the enunciation Kiev.
Yeah, growing
It
up.
sounds better.
It was spelled differently, too.
Yeah, I've eaten chicken Kiev. I like chicken Kiev. Do I have to start calling it chicken Kyiv?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
You're racist.
I don't think. Remember for a while when Americans were mad at the French, they started calling French fries freedom fries?
Yeah, that was really dumb.
That was so funny.
The funny thing is that French fries aren't even actually originated from France. And the term French fries was created because there's one way of preparing fries that is French. It's called the French cut.
Is it the French cut?
Yeah.
I thought it was because the French fry so much stuff.
No, originally fries originated in Belgium. Belgium had created fries first. And they're served in like a little cone. And normally, though, the fries you get in Belgium are cut a little differently.
You should go to this guy's page and look at the other post he put up. There's more information.
He put up another one?
Yeah, this was the second post he made. So the other one's gotten like I think like 6,000 likes.
So just really quick, these are
Ooh.
Belgian fries. That's how they're cut.
I love Belgian frites with like the delicious mayo.
Yes. Yeah, and there's
aioli.
I've been to a couple places when I was in Europe where they have like 50 sauces to choose from. It's amazing. All right, let's check out. Yeah, who is this man? Who is this man, and who are these 4 women up top? Like, are these your victims?
They're not my victims.
Did you team up with Onision to support the Kremlin?
Yeah, so that's the second one. This one says, the man in the photo has been nicknamed the Pig of Kyiv. He has been behind Ukrainian lines sabotaging and giving intelligence straight to the Kremlin. Ukrainian forces are currently trying to apprehend him. Sources say he is very elusive. Like, I agree with the very elusive part.
The elusive Pig of Kyiv.
I guess there's not 5,000 likes on this. I thought there was 5,000. I wonder if the bots got banned.
I did see some comments go away and become terminated accounts.
Yeah, there was a whole line of comments that
they were
just
like, "Oh yeah,
pig
baby,
emojis.
I like this."
Well, yeah, it was sexy.
Okay,
but I like. This was back at my. I need to get back down to this weight, right? Because I could have been international man of mystery. I could have been the.
This
Pig
is when
of
you were
Kiev.
driving to Onision's court case.
Yep, I could have been the Pig of Kiev, man. I could have, but not.
See,
not
down
now.
here they spell it Kiev, and up here they spell it Kyiv.
Kyiv.
Kyiv. Kyiv.
I could have been the Pig of Kiev if only.
You want to be?
No, but I could have been. Like if the Kremlin hit me up and was like, "Dude."
We were on RT at one time.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go follow the lady that got us on the show and see how she's taking all this. She's probably on the payroll, right?
Well, yeah.
She's probably getting that Putin
RT
cash.
is like state sponsored.
What's their swing of all this been?
I have not watched it. I don't watch it.
I feel like that's the hot Fox News right now. Whenever we looked at Fox News and complained about it, like the Russia Today must be like, oh, everything's fine. Putin's just claiming his little victory lap. They keep pushing in our
Everything's just
territory.
hunky dory. It's funny because on RT, a lot of their hosts are American or British, but then like the people working behind the scenes are all Russian. That's very interesting how that works out.
You know, my birth name was Billy Klitschko.
That's Ukrainian.
Oops.
Yeah, so let's check out this Tucker thing for a moment here.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson. Tonight, you got to hand it to the Biden people. They don't specialize in subtlety. You're not going to miss the point when they talk. And they've been talking a lot about foreign policy for months. The White House has told us that if we're real Americans, if we love this country and aren't traitors, quislings, then we will wholeheartedly support jumping with both feet into a highly complicated conflict in an obscure part of Eastern Europe where we have no national interests.
Is it obscure? I mean, what makes it obscure? Such a weird thing to say. I mean, isn't there a major city involved? It's not like it's in these random mountains somewhere.
Yeah, and hasn't Hunter Biden taken so much money from them, we kind of owe them?
Why? Because Ukraine's borders are sacred, unlike our own, and if we're good people, we'll recognize that and not ask any questions. So that's been their argument. Though you may notice it's not actually an argument. It doesn't even approach an argument. It is a lecture. It is delivered at high volume.
Is he comparing like illegal immigration to militaries from other countries invading?
I think what he's about to say is if Ukraine didn't want Russia to come in, they should have just built a wall.
Oh, what a weird comparison. Does anyone else think that's weird to compare? Like, oh yeah, we don't care about our borders. We let poor people from other countries sneak across it. You know, we let illegal coyotes sneak people over the border. You know, they don't give a shit.
Why is Putin trying to coyote his way into the Ukraine?
Right. They had to sneak across miles of desert.
Oh my God.
No.
With their signature freshman year self-righteousness. How dare you? No one from the Biden White House is actually trying to convince you of anything. They leave that for people they care about, like their
somehow
donors.
I feel like if if Mexico tried to like bring a bunch of tanks over the border, we would probably stop them.
No. I'm all for open borders. I don't care if you come with your family or your tanks or your nuclear missiles. I'm an open border liberal.
I saw someone in the chat say, how do you get into the fan chat if you're a patron? You have to make sure that your Discord account is connected to your Patreon account. And then there's a chat called Live, the live chat. And that's where the fan chat is.
Yeah.
They're not telling you that what happens in Ukraine is more important than what happens in your own country, though obviously that's the underlying.
Tucker's been around a long time, and I feel like he was always stupid, but he used to seem like at least a little more in touch with reality than he is now. Like now that he has the big chair at Fox News, like this is the big seat at Fox News.
Yeah.
Now that he has this, he's all in.
Well, yeah, he's like the first.
He's Bill O'Reilly's replacement.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly had a little more opinion in his day. I think right now Tucker just straight up has to spin whatever the brass tell him to directly at the lowest common denominator. What Trump has done is he has made people interested in the news that probably need a LI5 or ELI5, right? Is that explain like I'm 5 years old? They all need to be explained to like they're 5 years old. Trump talks to people like they're 5 years old. Tucker Carlson talks to people like they're 5 years old. People go around believing things like the earth is flat like they're 5 years old. They believe there's a weird Q conspiracy where brought to you by the letter Q, like it was fucking Sesame Street.
Yep.
And they believe this shit like they're 5 years old.
What number would that episode? Because it was always a letter and a number.
Brought to you by the letter Q and the number 45.
Assumption, they certainly believe that,
one.
But they can't say it out loud. They rarely say anything they mean out loud. What they do and what they're doing now is they just yell at you about everything. Shut up, prole! Take the shot! Surrender that civil liberty. Pledge allegiance to Ukraine or else you're a dangerous tool of Vladimir Putin.
The shots worked. You know?
The vax?
Yes.
We're so, like,
They worked.
We're almost over. Like, once the Queen survives COVID, we can officially say we're over COVID, right?
It's a heavy hand. This, once again, is not subtle stuff, not a light touch. So why do they do it? Well, they do it because it works. You can see it on display in Washington. Even in that
sounds like something the pig of Kyiv would say.
Supposedly divided city, a place you hear a lot about partisan gridlock. Nothing gets done.
I know.
Well, some things get done. You'll note that not a single Republican leader has stood up to point out how insane all of this is and how completely divorced it is from anything that American voters actually care about. Just the opposite. If you listen to Mitch McConnell...
Yeah, you know, Tucker's primary demographic is the common area at a nursing home. You know, they're like, they got up in the morning for their morning calisthenics and medicine. Then they eat their breakfast, and
they
then
all think he's their grandson.
I mean, the ones that don't know where they are.
Yeah. Oh, my grandson's on TV again.
The leader of the Republicans in the Senate, you would think that what the average, say, welder back in his home state of Kentucky really wants, more than a pay raise or an affordable vacation or decent schools for his children, what he really wants is an end to Russian aggression against the brave people of eastern Ukraine. And that's why if you go to any dollar store in the state, from Ashland to Covington to Paducah to Owensboro, you'll find what they used to call regular folks muttering bitterly about that damn Vladimir Putin. Will he cross the Dnieper River on the way to Permavsk? How can Zelensky stop him? And are the Moldovans safe? What about Moldova's territorial integrity? That's what they're talking about in Kentucky tonight. Of course, it's possible, we haven't run a poll or anything, that some in Kentucky and, in fact, about 49 other states.
So it's crazy that we're talking about RT and, like, how they're the Russian state-sponsored channel. But I've heard I haven't verified this myself, and maybe someone can find me a link or something, that they've been playing Tucker defending Putin in Russia on Fox News in Russia as part of their propaganda. They've literally, like, this is we're getting Russian propaganda on Fox News, is what people are saying.
States might be wondering tonight about gas prices. And they have reason to wonder. The price of energy is about to go up dramatically in this country thanks to Joe Biden's adventurism in Eastern Europe. So that's a news story, too. And our own Peter Doocy asked about it today in the White House briefing. Watch.
Tucker, more RT than RT.
Gas in California is almost $5 a gallon. Should people across the country expect...
It's like $4.30 in some places here. Some places maybe like $4 even.
To see that kind of a number when they go to gas up their car? $5, $6?
Well, again, I think as you heard the president say last week, standing up for our values is not without cost.
Oh, that's the quote.
Is that a bad thing to say? I mean,
standing up for our values is not without cause.
Yeah, is that a disagreeable thing to say?
Well, I think
values are kind of worth more than like.
But I also think values themselves are disagreeable in America.
They are
today.
disagreeable. That's true.
Yeah.
But I will say that like we have some of the cheapest gas in the Western world. So like.
And what's the cost of really cheap gas? Right? Like, what values are we sacrificing for really cheap gas? Everybody sees the dollar sign on the gas and gets angry.
Getting
when
rid
it's
of
up over $4.
Getting rid of the gas altogether would probably have more values overall. Then we wouldn't also be contributing to people in certain places where that have a lot of oil.
Yeah.
That it's funny how like some people can be brutal dictators and we're cool with them because we get oil from them.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. We're
Sure.
so fucking
Standing
sick.
up for our values is not without cost, scolds the gender studies major from Oberlin College. Fair
Oberlin
enough.
College.
But that raises
Remember
two
when I
questions.
told you about that college?
What exactly are our
When
values
we found out like Lena Dunham
and
went
what
there or
is the
something?
cost?
Yeah.
Now, we can't answer the first question with any precision, though we're pretty certain it has something to do with trans rights. How could it not? Those are our values.
What?
As for the cost, what is the cost?
Was that what?
Well, here's
what?
NBC News.
Oh.
The national average now the highest since 2014 at $3.51 a gallon, up 20 cents in a month, up 88 cents from a year ago. California, with its higher gas taxes, now averaging $4.72 a gallon, $4.82 in the Bay Area. Russia is the world's third largest oil producer. Experts warn that an invasion, sanctions, and counter-sanctions could push gas prices to an all-time high.
I think that combined with the seasonal ingredients would push the national average up beyond the $4 a gallon mark. It's simply just a matter of time.
Potentially pushing $6 a gallon in California.
$6 a gallon. Oil tonight approaching $100 a barrel. Longest it's been.
Yeah, but all the people that have money invested in oil are very happy about that. Like, oil is also like a commodity that people invest money in.
Yeah.
That high in a long time. So that's not a small thing. And it doesn't just apply to you if you drive a car. If you purchase any physical object, it's almost certain that object had to be driven to you by someone who burns gasoline. So the price of everything is about to rise. And in a country that just beneath the surface is a lot poorer than it looks, that's not a small thing. In fact, it's going to be a tragedy for a lot of people, a legitimate tragedy. So if you cared about the people you governed, that would not be something you'd blow off with a flip of the hand as the cost of our values. You'd care. What you certainly wouldn't do if you wanted to preserve domestic stability is make it very, very obvious that you don't care at all. And yet that's exactly what they're doing. They're telling you right to your face, we don't care. Watch this guy on CNN.
They don't care.
Will there be additional economic pressure on Americans and people around the world if we stand up to aggression? Yes. But what the sacrifice that's being requested from people potentially to defend democracy and the liberal international order that has brought in 75 years of peace and prosperity in Europe, something unprecedented in the wake of World War II, that America and its allies helped build. We need to remember that we are not fragile things, that we're not, as Churchill said, made of sugar candy, that dealing with a little bit of difficulty to stand down authoritarianism and autocracy is not too much.
Now we're watching Tucker watching CNN.
Much to ask. We need to straighten and stiffen our spines a little bit.
Can RT use us, watch Tucker, watch CNN?
Yes.
Oh, he quoted Churchill. He's wearing a spread collar. He must be onto something. He's channeling one of the great leaders of the Anglosphere, Winston Churchill. A couple questions. How are we defining liberal democracy? How are we defining international order? How are we defining sacrifice?
Birds aren't real.
None of those terms are ever defined, but it's the last one that they spend the least amount of time on. Sacrifice, because of course the sacrifice will be yours. It will not be theirs. The person you just saw speaking lives in a duplex in New York City that was once owned by the Astor family. We know that because he invited a New York Times reporter and a photographer into his home to brag about how rich he is.
I think Tucker's doxing this guy.
Wrong with being rich. But if you are, it's probably...
He's all over the place. He threw in a trans thing for a second there that had nothing to do with anything he was talking about.
Wise.
He just took a jab at it. Which I don't understand.
To give the back of the hand to people who aren't. And to tell them, yes, you're getting a lot poorer, but that's okay because it'll make me feel better about myself. That posture over time is more corrosive of social cohesion, in fact, of democracy than maybe any other. And history is littered with fallen regimes that have proved that. Let them eat cake. So even at CNN, whose shows are not anchored
bad
by
are the fallen regimes, really? Looking back on it, how many regimes fell and were completely devastated? Everybody seems to bounce back fairly well. Can we name one that was that bad?
That didn't come back?
Yeah.
Literally the example he just gave.
What, Rome?
No, Let Them Eat Cake. That was the French. There was a French Revolution in the Royal.
But France is still doing great right now.
But that's a totally different.
But the people are still there. They just got a new management.
It's totally different. They were under a total monarchy.
Yeah, but the monarchy is it's
There's
just
no
an
monarchy.
operating system. The people still live. The people still go on.
You are just such a fucking goalpost mover.
It's not a goalpost.
It is because you start off talking about one thing and then by the end you're talking about something totally different.
The whole time I was talking about the people. They're just under new management. Everybody talks
even
about
on this
the
show.
fall
your
of
fucking
their
brain
governments.
your fucking brain is under
Which is
new
anchored
management.
by
It's
the
not what do these
former
governments
morning
really
zoo
do for
host
anybody?
from
Let them
Tacoma.
fall. The people will
What
be
that
just
guy
fine.
just said seemed a little much. And so she said so. Watch this. It's interesting.
That's a lot to ask. How are you expecting people to focus on democracy when the kitchen table issues are eating them up?
Well, I think two things about that, Brie. You're right. Obviously, people are feeling a lot of difficulty, but that's also where government can take
Libya
action
is
to
one
alleviate
bad
some
example.
short-term stress.
We found
and I know
one.
folks are tired. I know they're frustrated, but what we're being asked to do, what we've been asked to do, is far less than other generations have been asked to do.
What are you talking about, son? We're being asked to do by whom? By the Ukrainians? The people who paid off Joe Biden's family? We're being asked to? Who do you think you are to lecture a country of 340 million people in this way?
I like how he makes it sound like the whole country of Ukraine is getting paid off by Joe Biden's family.
Sure, you won't be able to go on vacation with your family this summer. Sure, the staples that you use every single day may be out of reach, but it's not a big deal because Dunkirk. Imagine. But it's not just that guy, that dim bulb, lecturing us about how the sacrifice is worth it. It's virtually everyone in power. Now, on what basis is it worth it? Well, they all have the same line. It's not rehearsed or anything. They're telling us that being able to defend democracy, our great privilege, will make all the suffering worth it. Watch.
The reality is that this is a moment where we will have to experience some short-term pain in order to make very clear that Putin cannot invade Ukraine with impunity.
Yes, there's likely to be a cost. Exactly what.
So, people are just being honest about it, and that, yeah, there's probably going to be an issue, which isn't a good thing, but us getting involved and, in the way we are now, where we're just providing aid, is going hopefully going to get it to stop sooner and prevent worse damage. So I don't understand what Tucker's problem is with this. None of it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I want to see Tucker's follow-up here in like 3 months.
Yeah.
And look back on all these claims he's making and see if he's like, well, I was wrong, or told you.
He won't do that. The sooner this is over and like Russia leaves Ukraine, the better. That's basically what should be going on. From what I've seen, the invasion isn't going as well as they had hoped.
Yeah, I've heard from a lot of people that it's
like they're already
stumbles, and
I've heard they're already going to negotiate, but originally they wanted to do it in Belarus, which we've heard before. Remember, they diverted a plane there at one point. Yeah. And someone got arrested from it.
I think Putin was the one that that brought up negotiations, right?
Yeah. So hopefully it. Who knows?
He just stole a plane in Belarus. Putin just stole a whole plane?
There was a plane that was rerouted, someone that had a political rival on it. Or I think it was like a journalist that Putin didn't like.
Remember when those Malaysian Airlines planes disappeared a few years back?
Yeah, that was something totally
different. Did we
different.
ever figure out what happened to those?
Yeah, I think they found the wreckage eventually.
Huh.
Yeah. Could have been anything. Could have been just a malfunction. It was just passenger planes. There wasn't anyone important.
Yeah.
All right. So, wow. We're going to do actual Mania tonight.
Yeah, baby.
In like 10 minutes or so.
I heard the pig of Kyiv is who got the negotiations on the table.
Is that kind of like the pig of Kyiv?
Yeah, the pig of Kyiv. He like told Putin it was time to chill.
Shouldn't it be the chicken of Kyiv? Shouldn't
that
they
would be
change the
smart,
name?
actually. Yeah. Is there pork Kyiv? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it would work with the cuts.
I'm not sure if they switch that up. I've noticed with Asian foods they do that. Like the meat, like it's the sauce that's the name of the dish, and the meat they switch up. Like I've had lamb vindaloo, and I've had chicken vindaloo, and I think I've even had like a shrimp vindaloo.
Turkey
also.
a la king and chicken a la king.
Yeah. I've had all kinds of shit like that.
Dot Executables, I'm not the pig of Kiev, but this is my alt-right podcast.
He is.
I'll be your hero.
He is. He's a puppet for Putin.
I'll be your hero,
He simps
baby.
for Putin.
They should get me when I was on RT as footage from the pig of Kiev.
Yes.
And just get little vocal snippets of me talking about the fall of man and Russian genocide, and then make it look like I'm on Russian TV.
So the voting in the chat gives Cobes a slight win over Egghead. I'm very surprised that the general chat would make it that close. I would say because of that, Egghead stands a chance tonight.
Yeah.
And Egghead sent me some videos. I have not watched them. So you're going to get my genuine reaction. Have you watched them?
No.
Okay.
No. I try not to watch anything with Egghead in it.
Good plan.
It's my goal of the day is to just avoid Egghead at all costs. Hi, Egghead.
Hi, Egghead.
Oh, yeah.
The pig of Kyiv.
What is RT? Russia Today.
Yeah, that's
Russian
what it was called.
State television.
That's what it was called originally anyway. I don't even know if it, like, maybe it even dropped that and they're just, like, officially RT now. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it says
RT Network.
Formerly Russia Today, but I knew it as Russia Today also because that's what it was called originally.
Yeah.
It's like it was like when Kentucky Fried Chicken like officially became KFC. You know?
Yeah. And they made all the rumors that they had to change the name because they couldn't legally call it chicken anymore because of all the stuff.
Well, now they sell that other shit, and I've heard those meatless chicken nuggets or whatever they have
The
there
Beyond Chicken?
are trash.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Why would you put out trash fake food? I guess they're just trying to jump on the
I
bandwagon.
think maybe the impossible fake ground beef is easier to make taste good than fake chicken.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I heard another rumor that they changed their name to KFC because the state of Kentucky was charging them rights to call it Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you literally just made that up.
And then I heard a third.
You can call it's.
I didn't make it up.
You can't copyright the name of a place.
Yeah, that's one of the rumors that went around. Then the third rumor I heard
was that like, did you tell you yourself that when you were looking in the mirror?
No, it was literally a thing.
Were
that
you
went
like
around.
were you like in the fourth grade or
I'm
something?
the reason that
I'm trying to figure out
.com exists.
Yeah, I have to figure out why you think this is valid in any way.
It's just what people had said, and then I heard
No, I could start a company like Washington, whatever. There's a bunch of them in this state. The company wouldn't. The state can't stop you for naming your thing after a place.
That's just something that was like a rumor.
Where? When?
On the internet in the 2000s.
I don't know about this.
And then the other reason I heard KFC change their name was because they wanted to take fried out of the name because of health concerns. So they changed it to KFC.
That's probably way more realistic than the other one.
I think that might be the real reason.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
they
it's
were
not
even selling
because-
like grilled chicken. Yeah, a state can't make you like stop using the name of their state. It's not the same as like a copyrighted like trademark. A state can't like trademark their name so no one can use it.
Yeah.
Here's did you know that in Japan they eat KFC on Christmas?
Yeah. I did know that.
That's so weird. Such a weird thing. Christmas dinner, KFC. Look, they even got a little glass of champagne with it.
That's cute.
I love it.
That's cute.
They got Colonel Sanders dressed up like Santa Claus.
That's an Asian Colonel Sanders, right?
Not really. I mean, it looks like regular Colonel Sanders to me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just racist, and I think
Yeah,
all
I think
Colonel
so.
Sanders
Definitely,
are Asians.
actually. Yeah. Looks like there's some kind of cake too. You see that white cake?
Yeah. Is that a red velvet frosted Christmas cake?
I don't know.
Or a spice cake? I'm looking at another cake they have up at the top. Looks like some sort of cheesecake. You know what's cool about KFC? In the 90s, when you would eat it, it tasted so much better. And every time
You're
you
right.
eat it, one person in your family would get diarrhea, but it would never be the same person. And it would only be one. It was like a Russian roulette of yum. It was so good. You wouldn't get it again for like 2 or 3 months because you have to forget that somebody got sick off of it. But it was always somebody would get sick, and you knew it, but you would take the risk.
I think it got over-franchised and the quality dropped. I ate when we had the DP meetup in Amsterdam years ago. After the meetup was over, a bunch of people all went out, like in a big group, and we ate at a KFC in like downtown Amsterdam, and there was like rats running around in it. It was freaky. It was like pretty weird, but it was quite the memory. And actually, you know what? No, you know I'm wrong. We went to KFC, but some people didn't want to eat there, so then we went to Burger King instead, and there was rats in there. I just remembered it correctly. Yeah.
If you're in New York City and you're like a bottom floor restaurant in New York City, there's like 100% chance the rats are there when you come to open up for work. And you just got to scurry them out. That's just the way it is. The pig of Kyiv put rats in Burger King. Hell yeah.
The pig.
Like when you played that story a while back about how there were rats found in a Chipotle in New York City. That was a very disingenuous article the person wrote, because there's rats like everywhere in New York City ground level restaurants.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine giving such a fuck about Chipotle as you do when they don't do anything for you and you're kind of like their bitch.
I don't know. That's usually how relationships work.
Okay. All right.
There's always one that is like the more dominant and the one that is more submissive.
Okay. They
And
own you,
I
Billy.
get domed by Chipotle.
It's not a
It's
relationship.
not my
You're their
fault.
slave.
Nobody else doms me but Chipotle.
You're their slave.
You know, I got two Doms. Dom Chipotle and Dom Mod Pizza. And Mod Pizza spelled backwards is Dom. Mod. It's Dom
You
Pizza.
are their slave.
Not to be confused with Domino's Pizza.
You work on the Chipotle plantation.
The pig of Kyiv works for no man but Putin. Nostrovia. The pig of Kyiv also runs a rodeo stand with trans prostitutes alongside
You
his subordinate.
stand for a
That's not
major
true.
corporation.
That's not true.
Yep.
Burger
A
King
large
had like a
corporation.
million rats. The KFC was so weird.
Bow down to your corporate masters, Billy. Bow down.
I remember when I was a very little
Roasting
kid.
the pig of Kyiv.
No way, dude. When I was a little kid, we took a Spanish bullet train down to Portland, Oregon, and we were walking around Portland looking for a place to eat, and we were very hungry, and we walked into a Burger King. I'm pretty sure my mom saw a guy there picking his nose so we couldn't eat there. We ended up going to a Greek restaurant, and there was a big hair in my food.
That's awesome. Greek hair is the best hair to get in your food.
Wasn't too bad. The food was decent.
All right. We are going to go do our Patreon private show. Guys, please sign up. We would really appreciate it if you would help us by signing up. $5 gets you in. Link in the description. It's patreon.com/DP. The show's going to start immediately after this one ends. So you don't want to miss it, okay? Really now. Don't miss it.
Join the parade, guys. Ass Parade 2.0, Drunken Peasants private show, Actual Mania, baby.
Here we go. See you there.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.